Hey Cole, we have I don't know if he goes on your live streams at all. Our guy Newt Rockney here,
No.
big time LRZ fan. This guy will go to bat for LRZ. We're not even talking about LRZ. He's going to bring him up in the conversation. What is your thought so far on training camp? What are your thoughts on LRZ so far from what you've seen? Obviously, we saw him doing some pass protection reps the other day. We broke it down on our show on Monday. Obviously, a guy who for the first time is playing football. I mean, it's what it looks like. What are your thoughts on him? Do you think he makes the team? Where do you stand right now with LRC?
Yeah, my last projection back in June, I was like, we need to see him when the pads come on first. So I didn't have him on there. Just like, hey, let's see how he looks when the pads come on. And so far, I mean, he's working and everyone's complimenting his work ethic, saying like, hey, if he doesn't understand what to do or he makes a mistake, he's really aiming to fix that. But you're really talking about a guy who is a high profile athlete, very fast, very quick, but he's played basically 4 days of padded football in his entire life. So if he is able to earn that roster spot, I do think it's like RB4, super niche role on offense, and he just really pops off in the return game. I still am not sure. I feel like he would really benefit from a year on the practice squad with the Chiefs. I understand they didn't put the international pathway player exemption on him, so if he does not make the roster, he would have to clear waivers and he could get scooped up by somebody else. So you could make a case like, hey, the Chiefs may put him on the 53 to kind of protect him. They've done that before. But I really think he would benefit a year in the Chiefs system, just going through the reps and just soaking up football knowledge. But that's kind of where I am. I don't know where he makes the roster at this point in time. If you're going to say it's down between somebody like LRZ and Nico Remigio, a guy that not only could do punts, kick returns as well. So punt return, kick return, and then he could also be used as a depth piece on offense in case injuries hit. Where LRZ, he's not really there yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, I have a thought on as far as if he makes the practice squad. If you put him on the practice squad, I don't believe a team will scoop him up just because he's he's so much of a project. The only way you would do it is to try to bring some type of, obviously some light to your team. You're trying to get a little bit more, the hype, money. That's what it would be. Okay. Because we've had rugby guys play before. The dude from Buffalo, he was on the roster last year, at least got cut, ended up getting cut. So he wasn't on there. He has to have like inherent value to what you bring to the team. We know he can do as special teams wise, but he has a long way to learn from the running back position. That's just the reality of it. I said, man, it's hard for guys who's been doing it for years. I've seen some of the best guys may not get the blocking down as far as in pass protection. Same thing, like understanding your eyes in a hole. I heard John Riggins. I was watching the other night, and he was talking about one of your greatest attribute as a running back is your eyes. It's your eyes. If you can't see the vision of holes and know how formation and blocking schemes work, it's very difficult. It's something brand new to you. It's just something brand new. And so he hasn't necessarily seen it before. He's seen rugby and how they do from air, and you pitch, you got a little bit open more space. Totally different when you come into the NFL with a blocking scheme. That's why I always wanted to, kind of make the point that we got to have a little bit of respect for these guys that play in the NFL. I don't think people understand, like, it's just an easy transition to come from. I guess you're an elite guy. I get it. Michael Jordan was the best athlete in the world. Couldn't hit a baseball to save his life. Couldn't do it. I don't care how many balls you threw to Jordan. He wasn't going to knock one out. Sorry. So, and I'm not saying that LRC is, doing my no measure, right? I'm not saying that. But I am saying that this is going to take some time, and, stashing him on the practice squad may help him out, right? And like you said, we might bring him up mid-season, okay? Let's just say, okay, we sit him there. Mid-season, he gets good where he needs to be, bring him back up, okay? Like you said, RB4, if that's the way that you want to go. But I don't think teams just going to go ahead and just scoop him up. Oh, LRZ, well, let's go get the rugby guy. Oh, why? You want to go get a project of a dude and you trying to win? You trying to beat the Chiefs. Is that the guy that you're going to take to beat and win with the Chiefs? That's the question I had to ask. So that's where I am with it. So,
well, then think about last year, Deneric Prince, who is having a great year too, but he had a lot of hype heading into preseason, and he even struggled with aspects of the run game from pass protection to hitting the right hole. And this guy has been playing for years. So it's tough. It's a very tough thing to do for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Derek Prince. I mean, he got overtaken by Michael Pirine, and it was Prince all offseason mini camp, and then we get to like the second week of preseason, and Michael Pirine leapfrogs him, has a blow up game in that week 3 preseason, and that was it. We never heard from Prince again, and now I mean, look, a year under his belt though. It took him a year, like to your point, even took him a year. And the guy's been playing for his whole life to kind of get some of the nuances down, the pass protection aspect. I mean, just a lot of things, and I think a lot of people. You know, and I get it. Everyone was excited about the LRZ thing. It's not over yet, guys. I'm not saying it's
No.
over.
Look,
A lot of people are excited about it for good reason. You know, the highest grossing jersey in Europe, and that also too, JD. I think a team, if we were to release them, this is my theory on that. Let's say a team like a Carolina Panthers, they got nothing to lose. I mean, obviously, you know, every team thinks they're going to win the Super Bowl, but Panthers, they'll bring in LRZ. They can sell jerseys. I mean, come on, they're not selling anything right now.
But this what it is? It's about selling jerseys. I think it's about winning. It's what it boils down to, right? You know,
realistically, though, I know everyone thinks they have a chance to win the Super Bowl week 1 of the season, but Carolina, they you know.
Look, no disrespect. I don't know how many people's flying from Wales to come over here and watch the Panthers play. Okay, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, you can watch it on TV, go look at the Panthers and stuff. Jersey-wise, you can go ahead and do that, get a little revenue. I get that part of it, okay? I really do. But the thing is, it's all about winning here in the NFL. Bottom line, that's it. The Chiefs are the standard. And so we have the guy that we feel like we can develop because we do have the type of talent. We are the team that's on top, that everybody's trying to chase us. He's walked into probably the best situation you could possibly be in, right? Being with the Kansas City Chiefs. And so I think any of those guys going to have a lot of patience with a guy like this. And I think he loves being here with the Kansas City Chiefs. So my thing is, man, look, we are big supporters of LRZ. If he's able to get it, let's say tomorrow he turns on and all of a sudden, man, he turns into Bo Jackson, okay? I'm all for it. Hey, I'm right here. I'm number one behind him, right? But more right now, I done said it. Well done, LRZ, are getting better. I just want you to keep progressing, okay? As slow as it may be, whatever it might look like, I'm still a big supporter of LRZ. So
100%.
And we're still rooting for him. So, you know,
yeah.
we're having an open conversation, but I know we're going to get some of our friends across the pond. I'm not going to be happy about, you know, just kind of the realness behind this. But I mean, we said from the get go, JD, that it was going to be a hard time. It's going to be hard for him to get it. I mean, it's his first time playing football against guys who've been playing it for their whole life. I mean, that's how it is, you know. But hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.